We have here today a couple of officers from the 101st Airborne U.S. Army. First we have Lieutenant Sobel. Good morning, Lieutenant. How are you today?
Good morning. I'm fine, thank you.
Well, if you don't mind, I have a couple of questions to ask you.
Go ahead.
Okay, well, for my first question, in your opinion, what defines a good leader?
Well, I think a good leader is someone who can push those under them to be better.
Do you yourself think that you are a good leader?
Of course I think I'm a good leader, and apparently the Army agrees. I am an officer, after all. The officers are the best out there. I think I'm a good leader because even though the men may not like me very much, I've pushed them hard, and they're the best company of them all. I did that, and I did it by pushing them.
Considering their training, are your men ready for war with Germany? And if so, what about the training has prepared them the most?
Oh, absolutely. They've trained long and hard, much more than any other division. But again, that goes back to the pushing of those above them, namely myself.
Are you yourself ready for the stress of combat, emotionally, physically, or mentally?
I like to think so. I train just as hard as my men, and even harder, some might say. I may not be the biggest or the strongest guy out here, but I pull my weight. And mentally, a commander always has to be mentally prepared.
Well, are you scared?
Me? Scared? No. Lieutenants don't have that luxury.
Well, I guess that's something everybody wants. Okay, thank you, Lieutenant, for your time. Have a good day. Next, we have Lieutenant Winters. Hello, Lieutenant. How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Okay, well, what do you think about Lieutenant Sobel?
Well, on the record, he's an excellent military officer. But off the record, I'm not going to war with him. He'll get me and my men killed. I'll never say this in front of the men, but I don't think he's fit to lead.
Well, so why don't you tell the people above you and get him out of command?
Well, you civilians might not understand this, but there's such thing as honor. You don't just complain that you don't like the way somebody leads. You overcome anyway.
You mentioned going to war. How do you feel about your men? Are they ready?
Well, you can never tell if someone is ready for war. It hits everyone differently. Some might seem ready and then freak out when the time comes. Others might not seem ready and then shine once the bullets start flying. What I do know is this, true or not true, they think they're ready.
Are you yourself scared?
Yes, a little bit. Every warrior has to have a little fear. Without fear, there can be no bravery, and how can you lead without bravery? But do I show my fear? Absolutely not. Only the bravery must show, never the fear behind it.
Thank you, Lieutenant, for your time. May God be with you and your soldiers. Good luck to you in Germany and come home safely.